Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7 p.m. and time to begin our Planning Commission meeting for this month. It'll be a rather quick meeting. However, we will begin with the invocation led by Commissioner Gerber and the flag salute led by Commissioner Baker. Please stand.
Dear Lord, we assemble here to try to do what is best for the residents of Yukon. Please guide our hands, guide our minds, guide our spirits, so we can make the best decisions for our citizens. Please watch out for all the people that are helping protect us this holiday season that cannot be near their loved ones. In your name we ask. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please, Kathy.
Chairman Taylor?
Here.
Vice Chair Baker? Here. Commissioner Davis? Commissioner Gerba?
Here.
Commissioner Geis?
Item 1 is the approval of the minutes of November 18th meeting. Do we have any corrections or additions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. Call the roll.
Chairman Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Gerba?
Yes.
Item 2 is the visitors section. If there's anyone here about a non-agenda item, now would be the time to come forward. Seeing none, we will proceed. Item 3 is to hear a request by Brad Smith, Wild Hair Saloon, for a curb cut located at 711 West Main. Are you here for that, ma'am? Please step forward and say your name and address, please.
Brooklyn Miles, 9116 Northwest 86th Court, Yukon, Oklahoma, 73099.
Okay, tell us about your request here.
Well, the entrance that we have for the building is on Fence Pro's property, and now that we've purchased the building, he wants to build a fence along that line, and so it would cut off our access to the parking lot. So we would need to have our own.
Mitchell, can they cut off people from access?
Well, what's happened, we've met with the state on the driveway, and he felt like it's probably better to relocate it. So that was one that James Montgomery with this ODOT has actually looked at it and talked to him about the width and what they need to do.
Okay. Do you have a contractor or someone that's doing this for you?
Yes, Liam's. He submitted the paperwork. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just a question that I have is it says both driveways are or will be restricted to the right turn out movements. So it's essentially just marked with an arrow, like right only or something.
They'll work with, ODOT will work with us on that and talk to us about it. The real reason is, if you look, there's a big yellow island that they can't go back to the left anyway, so.
All right. So you won't have to drive through Fence Pro to get to your parking lot anymore.
Right.
I have no other questions.
None.
We have a motion then?
I'll do the motion. In the case of the request by Liam Concrete on behalf of Brad Smith to locate a curb cut at 711 West Main, Highway 66, we have read the staff report and received testimony at the public hearing. We find ourselves in agreement with staff findings, including all plans and attachments cited in the staff report. I move this item be approved.
We have a second?
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Is there any discussion? Call the roll, please, Kathy.
Chairman Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Gerba?
Yes.
Thank you for being here tonight. Item 4 has been requested by the applicant to be continued until the next meeting, or is that, do we have a date when he wants it continued to?
Yeah, January 13th.
To the January meeting. All right, we'll do that. And then item 5 is to hear a request by Tommy Crabtree, Dave Crabtree Properties, to remove an existing curb to allow front parking located at 812 West Main. We have something on that in our paperwork tonight. That Mitchell, you want to explain what you did there?
Yes, Mr. Crabtree had bought the property. There's a drawing in the back. After he got his building permit, he has figured out that the parking the way it originally laid out would not work. He then contacted ODOT, which contacted me, and we met with him out there to look at that. And the drawing that you see in there is the one that was worked out with the state, James Montgomery, on the proposed parking layout. And what they're proposing to do is to remove this part of the curb out of there to allow for a wider entrance in there.
The question I've got is now, do we have, it looks like you've got a curb, then it breaks, and then you got a driveway?
Yeah, the driveway on the picture that you see where the curb breaks, they're actually going to remove that curb out there all the way to the property line and clean all that up. Actually replace all that's my understanding.
Back to the west?
Back to the west. And they'll replace everything to the east to make it look nice, is what had been advised.
And then you'll have canted parking spots that go somewhat perpendicular.
They'll park at an angle. And actually, it's right across from the same location, pretty
Yes,
close.
that's very close. Well, you gentlemen have any questions other than this?
No, I drove down there and looked at it.
Okay, can someone care to read the motion?
Yeah, I'll take it. In the case of the request by Davis Crabtree Properties to modify the existing driveway and front parking at 812 West Main Street, Highway 66, we have read the staff report and received testimony at the public hearing. We find ourselves in agreement with staff findings, including all plans and attachments cited in the staff report. I move that this item be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second that this item should be approved. Any discussion? Call the roll, please, Kathy.
Chairman Taylor?
Yes.
Vice Chair Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Gerba?
Yes.
Okay, is there any new business?
No, Mr. Chairman, no new business.
Open discussion. Any gentlemen have anything you want to say?
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and hope you have a great holiday season.
And I would like to say, if there's anyone that hadn't seen the Christmas lights, now's the time to do it. They are beautiful. Seems like there's so much more this year than there was last year, and the technique and the location of the lights and the displays are wonderful. I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't ask you, did you have anything tonight?
No, thank you, sir.
Okay. I'd like to also wish staff and everyone in Yukon a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I thank the staff for all the work they do for us up here. It makes our job easier here. Appreciate y'all. You have anything, Bill?
Humbug.
Well said.
Our meeting is adjourned until January 13th.